Welcome to Lesson 4 in Unit 12, Exploring Earth. In this lesson, students will work to answer the question, how can we make a map of a place on Earth to explore? In this lesson, students construct a map of an area of their choosing, and then make a 3D model that shows the landforms and bodies of water. They figure out that they can create maps in different ways. Maps include key details to help others read them, and they can be used to find where things are located. Students make connections to the storyline by becoming explorers and constructing their own maps. There are several opportunities for ELA cross-curricular connections throughout the lesson. You can look for specific standard connections in the Unit 12 Teacher Guide. This lesson will take approximately 4 to 5 days to complete. To begin the Engage portion, you'll review the world map with the early explorer locations and ask students questions about the landforms and bodies of water they've learned about in those locations. You'll revisit the driving question board to add new questions and highlight those connected to the learning goals, such as how do I make a map and what else can maps show us? You'll then read The Boy Who Loved Maps. Use the Read Aloud guide to discuss key vocabulary and concepts. You can post the compass rose and cardinal directions vocabulary cards. For the Explorer, you'll introduce the map-making activity. You'll tell students they're going to be explorers and create maps. Together, you'll develop a Gotta Have It checklist that tells what to include in the models. You'll put students into groups or pairs and have them use the Map Maker's Student Journal page to draw a map. They can choose to make a map of a known area or an imaginary place. For the Explain, you'll lead a discussion about the students' maps. You'll use the provided questions to guide your discussion around the question, how can we make a map of a place on Earth to explore? The goal of this discussion is to identify and describe different ways students represent Earth's features on their map. For the Elaborate portion, you'll set up the Salt Dough Models activity. Students will work in groups to make a 3D model of landforms and bodies of water they included on their maps. For the Evaluate, you'll have students complete a gallery walk to see each group's Salt Dough maps. You'll have student groups work in pairs to review each other's models and give feedback. You'll also have students complete the final 2 questions on the Mapmaker's Student Journal page. To support student sense-making across the unit, you'll orient them back to the driving question board. You'll ask, did we answer any of the questions on our driving question board? If there are questions that have been answered, remove them from the driving question board and place them on the summary charts. You can use this as an opportunity to answer the section driving question, what types of land and water are found in different places on Earth? Refer to the Section 1 performance levels in the assessment tracker to summatively assess student progress for this section. Be sure to see the noted opportunity to attend to equity. Ensure students use the self-check form to evaluate their learning in this section. This tool encourages reflection on their engagement and science identities. By the end of this lesson, students will have developed a map to show the landforms and bodies of water in a region. In the next section, students will begin to focus on how early explorers used Earth's resources to meet their needs. There are 3 options for Extend activities. Students can paint their dough maps after they have a chance to dry or use a globe, any paper map of the Earth, and students' 3D models to compare and contrast the way we represent the surface of the Earth. They could also create 3D models of the landforms they identify in that discussion. For more information about this unit, visit myscipartners.com.